One time,
lumu
we were going to Perth, Australia.
twali tugenda Perth, Australia.
I was with Junior on the plane.
Nga nine Junior ku nnyonyi.
And he was about 6 years old.
Nga alina emyaka nga 6.
And so we bypassed India.
Ne tuyita e Buyindi.
We went to London.
Ne tugenda
From London we were flying straight to Perth.
Okuva e London tubuuke paka
British Airways.
ku BA.
Long flight.
Olugendo nga luwanvu.
And we came to a black hole.
Ne tutuuka waggulu embeera ng'etabuse.
A black hole is like a black hole, but it's created by storms.
Omuyaga gukola
So you
ebire.
fly over, it will suck the plane.
Bwe muyitamu ennyonyi yinza okumiribwa.
No matter how big. We're in this 747.
Nga tuli mu 747 ennene.
And we are going.
Nga tugenda.
And so I had slept.
Nali neebase.
Because I left the family with Christiana sick in London.
Family nagireka e London nga
And
Christiana
I had to go to preach for Pastor Phil Pringle conference.
okubulira mu conference ya Dr. Phil Pringle.
So I said, okay,
Ningakali.
let me take Robert with me.
Robert Junior
So that the
kankutwala.
mother can stay with the girls.
Mama asigale
Because it would have been hard for her.
Kyani muzibuwalidde.
So we are flying, we are going praying.
Tutambula tugenda.
I was praying in the spirit because I had left a sick child.
Nali ndese omwana omulwadde
And I was praying in the spirit
ansaba mwoyo
on the
ku
plane,
nnyonyi
fasting.
nga nsiibye.
So I said, Robert, you eat, order the food you
Welya
want.
emmere tumya gy'oyagala.
So I was praying
Nali mu kusaba
Praying in the
n'ensaba
spirit.
mu mwoyo.
So sleep overtook me.
Otulo ne tuntwala.
And all of a sudden, it's like somebody came and banged the plane.
Kiringa omuntu eyajja n'akoona ennyonyi.
It began to shake
N'etandika
so
okunyeenya.
bad. This was not just turbulence.
Si turbulence ya
This
bulijjo.
was like it was shaking off the engine.
Ng'ennyonyi
And I was
eyinga.
seated on Robert was seated on the window.
Robert yali ku ddirisa
I was in aisle,
nga nze
sitting in the
muddiridde.
window, and he said, Dad,
Nagataata.
I think the engine is going to fall off.
Yingini erabika ng'egenda okuuka.
Literally, the engine was like hanging on the wings.
Ng'eringa yenyeenya ku kiwawaatiro.
And I said, oh God, what are we going to do?
Katonda tukole tutya.
But I was in the spirit.
Naye nali mu mwoyo.
And I said, Satan, I know you.
Naye nga sitaani nkumanyi.
I don't know whether there's someone you want to kill on this plane.
Simanyi oba olina gweyagala okutta ku nnyonyi eno.
But me and my son, we're going to die
Naye
here.
nze ne mutabani wange tetugenda fiira wano.
And because we're on the board,
Era olw'okuba tuli ku nnyonyi eno,
you're not going to kill anybody here.
teri n'omu wano gw'ogenda kutta.
So the people who were holding the plane could not even come and help people put the seatbelt. So they were speaking on the radio, please,
radio,
we have come to a black hole, do this. And the people were screaming on the plane.
Bawoggana ku nnyonyi.
Have you ever seen a plane like this?
Ng'ebuukabuuka etyo.
And boom, boom,
Nga
boom,
bwe
boom,
yennyenya
boom.
yonna.
It was terrible.
Kyali kibi nnyo.
People knocked themselves out
Abantu
bleeding.
ne beekona abamu ne bayika n'omusaayi.
It was crazy.
Kyali kibi nnyo.
And I said,
Ne ŋŋamba
perfect peace
emirembe egituukiridde
he gives to his servants.
agiwa abaweereza be.
I say, you are the Prince of
Ne
Peace
nga gwe mulangiro w'emirembe
in the spirit.
mu mwoyo.
And I say, God,
Ne ŋŋamba Katonda
I thank you for the peace.
weebaze olw'emirembe.
I say, you played
Ne muga nnyonyi gwe
peace.
mirembe.
You weather
Embeera y'obudde
clear
tereera
peace.
mirembe.
I say, Robert,
Ne muga Robert
fasten your seatbelt.
siba omusipi
Because
gwo.
you have to move your beds and over you sit like this.
Kyusa.
And say, relax.
Ne muga kakkana.
Everything is
Buli
fine.
kimu kiri
The
bulungi.
food he was eating was flying all
Emmere
over the
gy'alya
place.
n'ebuuka eno n'eyiika eno n'eri.
And I said, thank you, Lord.
Ne nga Mukama weebale.
But in my spirit,
Naye mu mwoyo
I was
wange
looking outside through the window
nga ntunula ebweru
and I was
w'eddirisa
talking to the air.
nga njogera
I was
n'empaa
talking to the weather.
nga njogera n'embeera
My
y'obudde.
spirit was out there.
Omwoyo wange ng'ali
Say,
bweru.
you engine, don't get off.
Yingini gwe
You
tobuukako.
plane, don't crack
Nnyonyi
up.
gwe togwa.
So they had to force us, when that happened,
Ekyo bwe kyatuuka
we were passing over, there's a city in India, I think.
twali tuyita waggulu w'ekibuga
New
ekiri
Delhi, maybe something like
e
that.
Buyindi eyo.
So there's an island. I think we had to land on an island.
Twalina okugwa ku
And
kazinga.
the plane came from like this.
Enyonyi n'eva
Usually
obwe.
planes go like
Enyonyi
this.
zitera kugenda
This
bwe
one just went like
Eno
this.
yajja buzi bwe
All
tu.
of us were like this because we had to land immediately before we hit the black hole.
nga tetunnagwa mu muyaga.
And
Ah.
we hit the ground.
Ne tugwa ku ttaka. Pu.
And also the wind was blowing
nga
there,
n'empewo
but we were
ekunta
able to land.
ne tusobola
And we
okulandira
stayed there for 6 hours
twamalawo essaawa 6
until the typhoon passed.
paka ejje
But-
typhoon neggwawo.
Child of God,
Mwana Katonda,
I was not looking at what was shaking.
nali situnuulira
I
ekinyeenya
was speaking in the demonic power that was on the plane.
nga njogera eri amaanyi g'emizimu
Outside the window,
ebweru w'eddirisa.
my spirit was there.
Omwoyo wange nga gyali
And here,
wano
I knew everything was shaking,
nga buli kimu
but my
kinyeenya
spirit was there.
Naye ng'omwoyo
So we were
gwange
able to get a window
ne tufuna
because
engeri
everything was pitch
buli kimu
dark.
ng'enzikiza
The
ekutte
rain was heavy.
kuba ng'etonnya nnyo
I mean, heavy.
etonnya
The
nnyo
wind was blowing relentlessly.
ng'empewo ekunta
But my spirit
naye omwoyo wange
was there. And I know probably there were others
oba oliawo waliwo abalala
on the plane who were
ku
believers.
nnyonyi abaali abalokole
So we landed,
ennyonyi
and then
negwa
they had to 6 hours.
saa 6 ze
When
twamalawo
the rain came down,
enkuba
they
n'ejja
had to come and clean the plane.
balina okujja olongosa
They had to
ennyonyi
get off,
ne tuvaamu
clean the
ne
plane,
balongosa ennyonyi
put things back
ne
together.
batereeza buli
Things
kimu
had fallen off.
bintu nga bigudde
Bugs were hitting people down. I
Emigugu
mean,
nga
it
gikuba
was terrible.
kyali kibi
But
naye
we came down.
ne tukka
After
wansi
6 hours,
oluvannyuma saa 6
we took off
ne
again.
tusimbula nate
Other people did not take off.
waliwo abaga ffe tetuddamu girinnya
People just say, I think it's the plane.
baga ndowooza obuzibu buli ku nnyonyi
I think it's the plane.
ndowooza nnyonyi eriko ekizibu
And others saying, I had a dream
amu ne baga naloose n'ekirooto
that we were on the plane
nga tuli ku
and we
nnyonyi
had crashed.
ng'egudde
Me, I'm not continuing.
nze sigenda
So most
kweyongera
people jumped off.
bangi bakomaawo
Most of us jumped off.
abazungu bangi bakomaawo
And I said, thank
naye
God,
nga katonda
we
webale
have more room now.
kati ennyonyi egenda kuba etumala bulungi
So we went back on the plane,
ne tudda ku nnyonyi
landed safely in Sydney,
ne tutuuka bulungi e Sydney
preached,
ne mbulira
came back.
tukomawo
People of God,
bantu ba katonda
when you are in the spirit,
bw'obeera mu mwoyo
you have to build it up.
oteeka okuguzimba
It has to
omwoyo
reach a momentum.
gulina otuuka ku
It
ddaala
can't be just be like right now. I'm in the spirit.
ndi mwoyo ndi mwoyo
Tomala kuzu.
don't take me out of the spirit
No. You can't do that.
tosobola kikola
You
ekyo
have to build it in the spirit.
olina
You
okwezimba mu
have to
mwoyo
build in the spirit.
olina okwezimba mu mwoyo
Start today.
tandika leero
Start now.
tandika kati
Build in the spirit.
wezimbe mu mwoyo
Make your spirit willing,
leetera omwoyo
and your
okwagala
body will be obedient.
omubiri gwo gunaaba muwulize